Blizz, or Super Wizards in a Blimp, is one of the strongest elements of Clash of Clans right now. You can combine it with dragons, you can combine it with Lalo, you can combine it, as I'm going to show you, with Dragon Riders and dragons, and it's a really strong component. But it's not foolproof, and so there are some tips and tricks that we can throw into this. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is what to put in your Blimp. Seems like a really straightforward question, but it's really important. So what you want to have some sort of trash troop to come out of the CC before the Super Wizards. That'll protect you against small bombs and giant bombs in particular. So I use archers, and the reason I use archers is that they have a very similar range to the Super Wizards. They will behave in a very similar way, and it makes it quite easy for me to control what's going on and where they're moving. Barbarians work very well as well, but they'll tend to run off, start hitting on things, and while they're doing that, they can trigger traps, and what they might end up doing is running towards a tornado trap, triggering a tornado trap, which will redirect your Super Wizards, might set off giant bombs, all that sort of stuff. You can also use goblins. Goblins, especially if you're going to get straight into the Town Hall, goblins are really effective because they will run straight at that Town Hall, and they'll start knocking some damage into it, especially if they're sitting in that invisibility spell as well. But Super Wizards, to be honest, with a rage spell in there, Super Wizards will do the job in the Town Hall itself anyway. So we're going to start with a base that's set up to be blimped. When you're using this in Legends, what you're looking for is, the ideal is an offset Town Hall that you can get that blimp into easily. You want to avoid dangers of giant bombs and bomb towers. So this whole area here is dangerous to Super Wizards. So we've got the bomb tower there and a big old gap, which is probably going to have a giant bomb in there as well. Bomb towers, really, really dangerous to Super Wizards. Death damage from the bomb tower is enough to kill the Super Wizards. So you want to avoid your Super Wizards sitting on that bomb tower, because the attack will be over pretty soon. Another way to deal with bomb towers is to bring an earthquake with you. Now you drop the earthquake on the bomb tower and drop the blimp on the bomb tower as well, and the death damage from the blimp combined with the earthquake will knock out that bomb tower and protect your Super Wizards. It means the blast will go off before the Swizz have come out of the blimp. So on this attack, what I wanted to do, I want to get that Town Hall because it's nice and easy to get access to. You don't always have to target the Town Hall, but most of the time that's what I'm trying to target. And you can see that we had the potential for cutting a corner of this base and making a C shape, leaving stuff for my dragons and dragon riders to move around the base. So I brought my blimp in from this side, and I wanted to deliberately stop it just short so that the Super Wizards could reach over that wall and target that Town Hall. You see, in my army composition, I've got a Hound. Now, I decided not to use the Hound because it's such a short distance. I sometimes use the Hound with the blimp to make sure that my blimp is going to get all the way into the Town Hall. And you can see that the first thing that we're targeting doesn't have to be the Town Hall, and I actually end up using all my invisibility spells this time on those Super Wizards, just trying to create a little bit of a channel so that we can direct these dragons all the way around the base. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. See, the second element that I put in is I always put my heroes on one side, so I try to create a bit of a path for my dragons by dropping one dragon over on the edge here, and then I want to create the pathing on the other side with my heroes, trying to target some key defenses like this air defense here as well, and that's going to push my dragons in through the base, and they're going to continue all the way around like this. They'll get a little bit sort of funky over here, but we don't need to worry about that just now. And because I didn't use that Hound earlier on, with the blimp, I can now deploy it. You can see that all the air defense is actually on the far side, so I kind of delay when I'm using the Hound here, and I drop it so that it paths all the way across. I'm just trying to suck up as many air bombs as possible, and I use the Warden ability at the same time there as well. My King does a bit of a funky thing and pushes into the middle of the base here. And then it's just sort of throwing the Royal Champ in as and when to try and target maybe one of the back end air defences, something like that, some key point defences that I'm trying to take out as well. We're going to look at a couple of replays of this as well, so I'll show some other bases, so I'll show you some other stuff as well. Right, you see these bases quite a lot in Legends as well. This is a teaser base. These are pretty horrible. You can see where the sweepers are here. they try and defend against a Blimp going at the Town Hall. You've got 2 sweepers that are designed to push your Blimp away, but that doesn't mean that we can get around that. And also, you can see the bomb towers on each side as well. On the 1 and the 2, sorry, the 1 and the 11 o'clock, and what they're trying to do there is avoid any Blimps coming in from that side as well. So I'm expecting a lot of air bombs here, so I am going to use the Hound. So I'm expecting a lot of air bombs here, and I'm just going to go, you can see, right at the Town Hall and right at the sweepers. So we get the Hound down first, that distracts the sweepers a little bit, and then before that blast of the sweeper gets there, I drop that Blimp and I drop the invisibility spell down as well. The timing is really difficult, and you can see now that I've got the super wizards are actually sitting in just the edge of the poison from the Town Hall, so I don't invest too many invisibility spells in this super wizard hit. I was just trying to get the CC pulled, the Town Hall down, and any other value I could get. I got no other value. There's like no other value there at all. But we got the Town Hall down. Town Hall is a big problem for all the hits. That poison is so powerful. And so you can see, and we got the CC pool as well. Now over at 9 o'clock, I've got the heroes down, just starting that funnel. And I'm going to try and push my my dragons in from this bomb tower area. From here, we're going to push the dragons in there. Now we're going to get a bit of a nasty split here because of the lack of a funnel on the left hand side. So I use a dragon and then a dragon rider to target the defences. Dragon riders target defences. They do push out in front of the dragons, which is why I kind of the order I tend to go for is dragons down, then the warden, and then the dragon riders in after. And you can see that stuff was starting to split immediately, so I immediately popped that Grand Warden ability, get that rage down early as well, and then I tend to have a second rage as well, and that second rage I will put in while the dragons and dragon riders are still under that warden ability, and trying just to get them moving as far into the base as possible. And then you can see what I've got now is 2 extra invisibility spells and 3 freezes. I like to use the freeze spells around the base, targeting splash damage, things that are targeting a big old chunk of dragons. So air defences, splash damage such as scatter shots and multi-target infernos. And I'm just trying to keep everything alive for as long as possible. Up the top there, my king wandered in some funky route all the way around the top of the base. I throw the royal champ in there as well while the king's tanking for her, and let her sort of push all the way into the top side of that base. There's a wee bit of cleanup to be done on this base as well, and the queen actually gets fried by that single target inferno. And I start using the invisibility spells, or one of them anyway, on my pack of dragons down the bottom of the base. Freeze might have worked just as well, but the invisibility spell, there was a little bit of heat coming in from each side, and I was out of freezes as well. And you see, it's just a case of trying to push through the bottom of this base, still have that RC, dropping the invisibility spell, just offsetting it slightly so the RC can stand in it and throw her spear out at stuff that's going around the base as well. And we'll speed this one up because it's got a bit of cleanup. But look up the top there, there's still, there's still the CC that hasn't been dealt with. Big high HP building. But get there in the end. 1 dragon remaining. The king went on some ridiculous route, abandoned the queen, but got the job done. Okay, what about something like this then? What about getting into a centralised town hall? So, the logic of what, I'll take you through the thought process, then I see this of what I'm going for. I'm looking at the town hall and thinking, right, how do I get in as close to the, so I've got 2 choices. Do I try and go for the town hall, or do I try and just take out an edge of the base and push my dragons and dragon riders through and just, snag the town hall on the way past? Quite risky, but can be done. Dragon riders are strong enough that you can get away with that. So what I looked at here was where the sweepers were. You can see that the sweepers are sitting right next to the scatter shots. Oh, that's a huge cross, but here and here, and they're pointing in this direction. Also, on that side of the base, we've got these bomb towers. So actually, this whole area here, I'd rather avoid with any sort of Blizz. It's going to be death. We've got the CC up the top there as well. So what I end up doing is I try to bring my troops in down from this top of the base. If I can get a big old chunk of this out, if I can get any of these close buildings together by reaching over the wall, this sort of whole section here, if I can get that and maybe the town hall as well, that'd be alright. I'd be okay with that. So it's a long blimp. So to do that, we're going to be using the hound at the same time as the blimp. There's no question. You just know that that's going to happen. What I want to try and do, and what some people have done as well, is you can direct the hound to that first air defence at 12, you can then invisibility it, and then it would track down the base and pick up some more air bombs as well. That's a bit funky for me, a bit too much, but not something I was going to play around with. But you can see here what we're going to try and do on this base. So there's the hound coming in, bringing that in, trying to suck up a few bombs. I could have maybe brought it across the blimp a bit more, but I'm worried about that one at 3 o'clock as well. And now, as the sweeper turns, I drop that Blizz drop the blimp before the sweeper gets in. Invisibility spell, drop the blimp, rage down, next invisibility spell, and then it's that 4-second window you're looking at. And we do get the town hall, but you'll notice that the way that I offset this, and I try this with the final one, but it causes the wizards to wander into the poison of the town hall, and it means that that scatter shot up the top, I don't get either of the scatter shots, but I do have a big old chunk of the base gone. So we've got a nice potential path. We just pause it here. We've got a nice potential path either this way or this way for the dragons, and I don't really need to worry about them going into the middle of the base. There's some stuff in there, but it's not really the end of the world. So at this stage, the main threat to your dragons is splash damage, yeah? Because you want to have them as clumped up as possible. So splash damage is an issue. And so targeting the eagle as early as possible is quite a useful thing to do. Now I use the gap in the wall down the bottom there to put my king in, and you can see that I'm just trying to create that chunk out of the base so that these dragons move in and then across the eagle artillery as well. Now the poison from the town hall is long gone, doesn't really matter at all. I might get lucky here, I can't remember. Do I get lucky and get a couple of dragons that just wander off up the top of the base? They don't, they go through the middle. See, I'm using those rages, keeping them moving as long as possible, and then using those freeze spells to protect either the heroes or target infernal towers, or just a high damage areas, lots and lots of defenses, targeting the scatter shot there with the freeze spells. You can see the tornado trap on the other side from where I brought the Blizz in. Tornado trap is a nightmare. And then I've got my RC as always coming in late. I decide to try and get her in on that scatter shot at the far side, and hoping that she'll track up towards the 12 o'clock position and target that air defense up the top there as well. And that should hopefully keep some of my Dragon Riders alive for as long as possible. Dragon Rider's doing some nice work in the middle there. There she goes up towards that top air defense, and now we're really just on a little bit of cleanup. So taking on centralised town halls, if you don't reach the town hall, then just taking out a big old chunk of the base and then trying to path your troops around. If the town hall was there, actually a lot of the Dragon Riders would have gone to it. You want to save your warden ability a little bit later for that, and you want to be using freeze spells as well. If that's a max town hall with that, the chances of getting a 3 are maybe a little bit less. So Legends League has started today, so I thought we'd finish the video with a live attack. I'll try and talk you through my process as we go. We'll see how that works. Okay, so we've got a centralised town hall. Oh, nightmare. It is only a level 2 town hall, which means that I maybe don't need to worry about getting it. And you can see where the sweepers and the bomb towers are. I'm going to come in from this bottom side. I want to try and get my blimp to drop on that scatter shot next to the RC. Let's go for it. It's going to be the timing of the sweeper is going to be the issue here. There we go, got it in. Now it's a case of just trying to track these super wizards. They're quite hard to track sometimes. Oh, they've gone through a wall. The weak walls. I've got one super wizard left on the town hall. I want the town hall now. Oh man. What a nightmare. Right, I missed the town hall. and I missed. I missed the town hall, and I didn't really get much of a path. Basically my super wizard, the weak walls worked against me there. Right, king and queen are going to deal on that. That's a low level hound. I don't think that's even a max hound. King will move around. Let's just see how much of a funnel I can get created here. Queen should step in and get that air defense, and then we can get going. I'm going to target this eagle early. I'm just kind of making it up now, as you can see. That builder, man, is working on that town hall. I'm going to use this ability early because that town hall poison isn't too much of a problem. Queen has picked up the scatter. We've got another rage there as well. Let's put the rage down. Freeze that, keep that town hall frozen. Ah, I missed that expo. I tried to get that expo with it at the same time. Queen is still going. Not use my RC, let's bring her in on that side. I'm going to back the RC on this one. I'm kind of just letting everything else burn. I'm going to make sure my RC stays alive. Oh, or do I keep the warden? Nah, I'm going to stick with what I said. Back in the RC with that dragon rider there. Oh, she's held up on skeletons, man. I'm going to pop that ability so that the... And in fact, we're going to freeze that air defense. Get that multi RC, come on. Oh man. There we go, right. I think we've done enough to get this. Quite a weak base. First day of Legends, so you know. The weak walls proper scuppered me there. I think we've got the time to get around this. There's not too much trash left around the outside. But there you go, that's how you take on them. That's perfect. That's what happens when you don't get the town hall. Okay, it was only a level 2 town hall. You don't get the town hall and your Blizz goes completely wrong. It's still possible to catch it. We're right at the start of Legends League. I think I won about 5,000. I think I've had one defense, so I'm about 5,017 trophies at the moment. I've done one 3-star already, so there you go though. I'm chuffed that you know, there was a 3-star in there. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, let me know. Let me know if you use this army, if you have already been using this army. I find it really flexible and easy to use. But if you enjoy this video, let me know, and I can always try out different armies and all that sort of stuff. But thanks very much for watching, and see you next time. Cheers guys, bye.